Climate Policy Specialist, and Abella McGreen, Human Capacity and Communication Consultant, hosted and convened by Noela Ugwu, the Growth Coach. Every great story has a turning point. This could be yours. Join us live on Zoom and YouTube on the 20th and 21st of May, 2026, 6 p.m. West African Time, daily. Be a part of the experience. For more information, visit www.thegrowthconference.org. Over 5,000 women from 20-plus countries impacted, one movement that never stops growing. The Growth Conference is back. This is the third international edition. And in this 2026 edition, we are convening 8 global leaders to speak on one bold topic: Ascent, her story to the top. This conference is designed to give leading women the platform to share their stories of success, failures, pivots, and ascent to the top of their pursuits. And through these stories, you will find the inspiration and courage to navigate your own circumstances and rise. Speaking at the Growth Conference, Shatha Al-Maskiri, Managing Director, Protivity Oman; Dr. Giorgio Ndure-Tambadu, Executive Director, Tertiary and Higher Education Trust Fund; Mime Best Agbi, Chief People Officer, Sundry Foods Limited; Beatrice Erete, Consciousness Mentor and Coach; Olga Kamenyuk, GCC Regional Head of HR; Kodo Jeng, Founder, Women in STEM Gambia and YSTEM Africa; Shaun Bhattacharya, Global Head, Training and Field Force Excellence; and Sarah Motha, co-founder of Umfakatsi Peace Eco Village. Moderating the sessions are Lazola Kati, Climate Policy Specialist, and Abella McGreen, Human Capacity and Communication Consultant, hosted and convened by Noela Ugwu, the Growth Coach. Every great story has a turning point. This could be yours. Join us live on Zoom and YouTube on the 20th and 21st of May, 2026, 6 p.m. West African Time, daily. Be a part of the experience. For more information, visit www.thegrowthconference.org. Over 5,000 women from 20-plus countries impacted, one movement that never stops growing. The Growth Conference is back. This is the third international edition. And in this 2026 edition, we are convening 8 global leaders to speak on one bold topic: Ascent, her story to the top. This conference is designed to give leading women the platform to share their stories of success, failures, pivots, and ascent to the top of their pursuits. And through these stories, you will find the inspiration and courage to navigate your own circumstances and rise. Speaking at the Growth Conference, Shatha Al-Maskiri, Managing Director, Protivity Oman; Dr. Giorgio Ndure-Tambadu, Executive Director, Tertiary and Higher Education Trust Fund; Mime Best Agbi, Chief People Officer, Sundry Foods Limited; Beatrice Erete, Consciousness Mentor and Coach; Olga Kamenyuk, GCC Regional Head of HR; Kodo Jeng, Founder, Women in STEM Gambia and YSTEM Africa; Shaun Bhattacharya, Global Head, Training and Field Force Excellence; and Sarah Motha, co-founder of Umfakatsi Peace Eco Village. Moderating the sessions are Lazola Kati, Climate Policy Specialist, and Abella McGreen, Human Capacity and Communication Consultant, hosted and convened by Noela Ugwu, the Growth Coach. Every great story has a turning point. This could be yours. Join us live on Zoom and YouTube on the 20th and 21st of May, 2026, 6 p.m. West African Time, daily. Be a part of the experience. For more information, visit www.thegrowthconference.org.
Hello, everyone. It's good to be here. We're just going to take a few minutes to wait for more people to join. I will urge everyone who is here to share the link, tell people that we're about to go live. Our speakers are here and everyone is set for an amazing time. I will be checking the chats to see who is around. Sylvia, welcome. Beatrice Erete is also here. Sandra is here. Kudo, Shaun is here as well. We're just going to be waiting for people to come into the room. Please share the link, like, Make sure you're inviting everyone on your contact list. And in the comment section, we would like to know where you are chatting from. My name is Ibelema Green. I will be your host for tonight, and I am chatting from Port Harcourt, Rivers State, all the way in Nigeria. And it's a rainy, sort of rainy evening today. Hi, Sandra. Nice to have you here as well. Thank you for all you do for us. So I'm just going to be looking through the chats. If you're here, put a flag. I'd like to see you put a flag, of where you are from. Type it in. Great to have you here. Great to have everyone here with us tonight. Yesterday was amazing. I had so many lessons. My book was full because there were certain things that I had to do, certain things I had to change. And my mother always says that the bottom part of anything is sweeter. So I trust that tonight is going to be one of those nights where you're going to get the best out of everyone who is here. So we're just going to be here, in the comment section, and I will just be leading and navigating you through everything that is happening. So if you're in the comment section, please, your flags, tell us where you are chatting from. Sharon is in Mumbai, India, and we are really excited that she's here tonight. Who else? Who else is here? Please join our YouTube channel as well. Invite, share, let it be on your status, your social media handles. Tonight is going to be a turning point. Yesterday, one of the things I took away was Kudo. It's nice to have you from the Gambia. My friend is in the Gambia and he's been telling me to come and visit. I think now I have a reason to come because I have one extra person to see in the Gambia. Welcome,
Yeah,
welcome.
you're
Thank you.
welcome to the Gambia.
Thank you. So you see, I'm going to the Gambia this year because I have other things. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. So we're just going to wait for more people to get into the room and then we'll go straight into the welcome from 6:10 thereabouts. Tonight is going to be smooth sailing, a lot of lessons. The stories are going to inspire everyone. So we're just going to wait for people to come into the room. So settle in, settle in, settle in. And if you're just coming, I would like to see where you are coming from. Let's keep those flags active. I see more people are joining us as well. Let's see you, Ifaka Campbell. Welcome all the way from the beautiful country, Nigeria. Welcome, welcome. Ifaka, is that Okrika or is that Bonnie like me or is that Calabari? Please let us know. OG, Okrika, nice, very nice. Welcome. OG is in the building. The only true OG is in the building. You're welcome, my darling. So please let's share, let's like, let's tell people to come into the room. We're going to start exactly at 6 o'clock. And if you were here yesterday, also in the comment section, I would like you to put a lesson that you learned. I think one of the best lessons I learned yesterday, and my book is very far right now, was delegate judgment. I know that I delegate task, but delegating judgment calls, that was new for me because normally when we delegate task, they still come back to us to make the final judgment call. And I think it was one of the speakers yesterday that said that you must delegate judgment calls as well. Let them have the power to do that. And that was very profound because trust me, I put that into practice today and I can tell you I have one less tab open in my head. So I'm really grateful for that. These are some of the lessons that we are going to be learning and more tonight. Again, we are on YouTube, not just on Zoom. So invite as many people in. 6 o'clock on the dot, I will be introducing some very fantastic people in our midst. But for now, if you were here yesterday and there was a lesson or there was something that struck you, a eureka moment that you want to share, I would like to see it in the chat session as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I'm very sure we're going to have a great time. If you're getting into the room for the first time, you are very, very welcome. Please drop a flag where you're coming from. Let's make our chat session colorful. You're welcome to the Growth Conference International. This is one of the spaces and places where women get to grow, get to learn, get to be all equipped for their next level. And we're having fantastic speakers in the room tonight. We have Kudo from the Gambia, we have Shaun from Mumbai, we have Beatrice Areta as well. And we're going to be having such a blast this evening. There's also going to be an announcement, really special. You don't want to miss out, and it's going to be at the end of tonight's lesson and our last speaker. So I implore you, get your questions ready, get your books ready, get your girl group here, get your tribe in, call someone, don't listen alone. Okay? Again, my name is Velema Green. I will be your host for tonight, and I am excited at all the lessons that we're going to learn. So if you're here, you've joined in, please, I want to see those flags. I see an iPhone, but I don't know who that is. So your name and where you're joining from, that will be exciting as well. Your name and where you're joining from. Blueberry, thank you. Our YouTube channel is also in the chat. So if that's easier for you, then you can go to YouTube and just join in as well. If I have a link as well to YouTube, it would be nice so that I can welcome those who are. I think I'll just go to YouTube and find out who is online there as well. Welcome. Good evening from Nigeria. Please put in the comment section where you are, what time it is, and let's get on with the show. I see a name that I cannot really pronounce. You're going to have to help me so that I don't butcher anybody's name this evening. And if you don't mind, you can tell me the meaning of your name as well. It will really be nice. It will really be nice. My name is Ibelema and it means love me. I'm very sure you're going to love me, as well as all the other speakers here who are here. So it's almost 6. It's 6 already. Welcome, welcome. We are going straight into it because we value your time. We value your time. We value everything that you're doing. We're just going to wait for like a bit before I welcome some very special people that have been important to this journey so far. So I would like to see everybody's flag. Nobody learned anything yesterday. That's interesting. So let me just share a bit of some of the things I learned. You know how they say there is a work-life balance? Well, one of the speakers said you have to juggle some things, and there are times where some things fall through the cracks and you manage what is there. I learned the importance of having a support system as a woman who is in a highly functional capacity role. We had Dr. Georgia yesterday, and she talked about having support for her family, for her kids, and how all that helps her to be the person she wants to be. She also talked about asking for help when necessary, which is one of the things that a lot of women struggle with. You are not superwoman. Ask for help when it's necessary. And I know it can be really hard, but I'm sure we're going to be learning, relearning, and unlearning some things as we go. Do we have new people in the building? Once I get to maybe like a round number, am I the only person that does not like even numbers? I don't know why. I like odd numbers. It's a very weird phenomenon. I don't know. I just think odd numbers make I cannot explain why I like odd numbers. It has to be like a 21, you know, something in that line, 11. I don't even understand it myself. Once it's 10, I just feel, we're not there yet. So maybe when we get to like an odd number, are we at an odd number now? Let me even check. We're 15. That's great. So I'd like to, if you're here, welcome again. Please let me see where you are joining us from. What part of the country? Let's see those flags. I can give you like a shout out as well. I would like to do that. Your name, where you are coming from. It will be nice. It will be nice to have that. I have Akinyemi Ireoluwa. Tonya, welcome. Iyo, welcome as well. We're 17 now. My odd numbers are coming up. Please let me, Gabriel, welcome as well. Welcome. Please, let's see where you are joining in from in the chat. Selena Epa from Ghana. I like the exclamation mark. Yeah, welcome, Selena Efa from Ghana. Nice to have you here. I want to see where you're joining from in the chat. Please put your Ghanaian flag as well. Let's make this thing very colorful. You know where women are, there's a lot of color. So let's rep this properly. Tonya, hi. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here. Good to see some of my people here. But I'm not seeing your flags in the comment section. Is it me? Sandra, are there flags coming or it's just me? Anyway, if you're just joining, you're welcome to tonight. This is day 2 of the Growth Conference International. And we are having just a little chit chat before we get into the main gist of today. If you were here yesterday at day 1, you can testify that day 1 was phenomenal. The speakers were great. They were vulnerable. They were honest with their conversation and with their stories. We saw how they pivoted, how some people did a lot of things before they got to where they were going to. I see you, Selena. That's a lot of Ghana. Tonya from Nigeria, I see your flags. Iriolua, welcome. I see your flags as well. Thank you so much. Please make sure you share the link with someone. Make sure you are talking with someone. Make sure it's on your status. Take a picture. Just make sure someone knows that you are here. Once I get to an order, Salome from Nigeria. Let's see your flags. Let's see your flags. Let's see your flags. Thank you so much, everyone. You guys are such a wonderful audience, though. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Iyo from Winnipeg, Canada. How is the weather and what time is it where you are? I would like to know. I see iPhone from Nigeria. I don't know if iPhone is from iPhone. Do you have a name so that we can we know who you are as well? We're 18. He left. It's warm today. It's 12:05 p.m. Oh, okay. Great. I'm glad you're having fantastic weather. Welcome everyone to the Growth Conference International 2026. I'm really glad you're here. My name is Ibelema Green. I am from the beautiful city of Port Harcourt in Nigeria, and it is such an honor to be your moderator for this evening. We're going to be having speakers, and our speakers are already in the house. We have Shaun, we have Kudo, and we have Beatrice tonight. It's going to be an amazing time. We're going to learn lessons, we're going to listen to their stories, and hear their incredible journeys and the lessons that we can pick from each and every one of them. I'm looking at my screen and we're almost there. We're almost there. Once we're like 21, we're going to go as well. Thank you everyone for being here. I hope those on YouTube can hear me as well. You are welcome. We don't take it for granted that you took out time from your very busy schedules to be here as well. Yesterday, there were some amazing lessons, and if you were here yesterday, we would like to see your lessons and we would like to hear your eureka moments and maybe some of the steps that you have taken today, because execution is key when we have this type of conferences. I will also be asking that as the speakers start their stories, you drop your questions as well. If there's a question you want to contribute, the chat is live, we are active, and we're going to be responding there as well. We're going to be having a fantastic announcement at the end of today's session, and you don't want to miss that as well. We're going to be welcoming some very special people soon who have been with us from the inception of the Growth Conference. My grandma used to say, be at home, be home. This is home. So be at home here. This is a safe space. Ask questions. The speakers are willing and available to answer all your questions. We will also have some questions in between, just so that the conversation keeps going. But again, you are welcome, welcome, welcome. We are 21. My odd number is set, so we're going to go. Yes. And if you were here earlier, I have a thing with odd numbers, so you would notice that I'll probably be calling odd numbers a lot. But we're going to be welcoming a special set of people called the Stallions. Emmanuel, if you are here, I would like to have that slide up. We're going to be welcoming a special set of people, and they're called the Stallions for a particular reason, and you will see why. You'll soon see why. We started this. So yes, we have the Growth Conference Stallions. We have Sanjeev Lahiri, Chief HR Officer, GRP Limited India. These people have been with us from the very beginning. Yes, it is geared towards women, but they have helped us. We have Dr. Patrick Uduma. He's a mediative leadership expert from Nigeria. He's also been here since the inception. We have Gerald. Gerald was with us yesterday. Ngosa Kalyondo. I hope I did that, is from Zambia, Strategies and Innovations Executive, Agora Microfinance, Zambia. We also have Professor Paul Igwe, who is in the UK. Please clap, send emojis in the chat so that we can see I see your heart. Academic and researcher in the UK. He's been here from the very beginning. These are some of the men that have been with us. We have Kennedy Okechukwu-Dike, Human Resources and Corporate Governance Executive in Nigeria as well. He's been here from the beginning. These are our stallions. We call them stallions. And if you're familiar with, horses and all that, you know that these are the strongest types of thoroughbreds there. They have been here. They have supported in every way. They have held our hands through processes. Some of them were speakers, and I don't know if anyone is here who was one of the stallions in the comment session, like we had Gerald yesterday. I don't see anybody, but if they come, they will be spotlighted and they will just give us a wave. Right now, I will be moving it to my OG, Ogo Ekwale. She is going to have a little thing to say before we go. Ogo, are you here? Are you here, Ogo? While we wait for Ogo.
Yes, I am.
All
I'm
right,
here.
OG, good evening.
Hi, Bella.
Let's take it
Good
away.
evening.
Good
How are you?
evening. Very well, thank you.
Fantastic introduction. So my task here is quite simple, to introduce our host for today. I am just going to read out Belma Green's profile. Quite an interesting one. Okay, so now I personally know Belma as a friend and a colleague, but we've known Belma in different, shoes. But one thing is for sure, she's called the repairer. Belma Green, fondly known as the repairer, is a multi-talented coach, social entrepreneur, licensed family life therapist and the CEO of the Glad Company. A sought-after trainer and speaker, she has delivered transformative sessions for organizations like NASDAQ, NDDC, Shell, Total EP, LLNG, Conrad Adenio, I hope I got that right, Steve, the Stifel NG, and many others, equipping leaders, professionals, and communities with tools for innovation, communication, collaboration, and identity-based leadership. Quite robust profile here with a strong background in law. The law, we hail you. And over a decade of experience as a mentor and facilitator, Ibelama is renowned for her ability to blend creative storytelling with professional depth. You've experienced it already firsthand, making complex concepts simple, relatable, and impactful. She's passionate about empowering women, teens. She's absolutely great with teens, and professional to live by design, strengthen family and organizational systems, and lead with confidence and clarity. Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies again, please give it up for our beautiful, beautiful host, Ibelama Green. Round of applause.
Thank you, OG. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's good to be here. That was quite a profile.
Yeah,
I'm
you will not
impressed.
believe it's yours, right? It's actually yours.
That was quite a profile. Thank you very much. I see the hearts, I see the clapping. So, to run straight into tonight, I am going to be reading the profile of our first speaker. We have had quite a beautiful interaction. You would enjoy her conversation quite well. Thank you, Iriolua. Thank you. I see the hearts, I see everything. Our first speaker is Sharon Bhattacharya. Sharon Bhattacharya's leadership journey began in the field as a medical representative, where she learned the power of trust, influence, and human connection. Today, she leads global field force training and effectiveness from Dubai with a career that spans continents, cultures, and diverse leadership environments. Her journey reflects resilience, growth, and the ability to inspire, influence, and unlock potential at every level. Having evolved through changing roles and responsibilities, Sharon brings a deep understanding of leadership, reinvention, and purpose driven growth, sharing a story that continues to inspire every single person that enters a room. Please, ladies and gentlemen who are here, please welcome our first guest for tonight, Sharon Bhattacharya. Yeah, I killed it, did I?
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And a very good evening to everyone out there. It's
Well
a true,
done.
true honor to be a part of this platform where I also celebrate women in leadership that touches lives. And this not just this platform, which kind of called me, is not just the success of women getting celebrated, but the stories, the struggles, the challenges, the resilience, and also the humanity that we showcase to the world, and I guess would inspire many like us, and the
Yes,
stories behind those successes. You know
great.
what? Every successful person, and especially when it is a woman, always has two stories. The one that world sees, the smile that we wear, yeah, and the
Yes,
one that is so silent that we have survived. Today,
yes.
I'm here to probably be vulnerable and share a little of both. I hope the story also creates examples for others to take some lessons and start dreaming big and believing in those dreams. So, am I audible, loud and clear, just
You are
to get
loud
people?
and clear. You're audible. Thank you. Of course, you're beginning to see that you're going to have a very fantastic time because she has already started dropping nuggets. So now you said there are two stories that every woman has, the silent one and then the one behind the smile. Can you take us through let's go back to the beginning of your story, both stories, your journey, and share defining moments of what has brought you here today. Thank you so much. All right, Sharon, take us away.
Thank you once again, Ibelima. And it's this platform actually, when I was thinking, when I just signed in, it took me back, to long 25 years back, even another, say, maybe 10, 15 years down the line, where I started seeing myself once again. I belong from a very small, educated, middle class family in India, where education, empathy, and values, these are the three cornerstones, and that is rooted generation after generation. If I have to tell you, give an example, my grandfather was a very respected academician and a mentor to many, and he always dreamt of the legacy getting forwarded, somebody from the family to take it ahead. I'm glad that maybe Almighty has chosen me for that. When it comes to growing up, I was always an outlier. I never resembled the kind of persona my siblings were having. I was always thinking out of the box. I used to dream big, and my siblings and friends used to laugh at me at times that, oh my goodness, this is impossible. And from that small human being I was, with a very big dreams, this word impossible never existed in my dictionary, not even today. When I tell this to my daughter, I always say that. Okay? So it's basically what I felt is strong support system is what enables a woman to be where he or she wants to be. And speaking about, my grandfather was one such person who has instilled that faith on me, self belief. Later, I got my role model in my father. He always, I remember, he used to accompany me wherever I went, be it a competitive exam and later on career in interviews and all. While he showed me that, you know, as a lady, and we belong to a patriarchal society in India, the society is patriarchal. And the only way that a woman can assert herself is by being educated and in being self reliant and independence. So that's what would give a woman dignity, confidence, and a voice of her own. And those words are deeply etched and stayed with me till date. While my mother was a silent homemaker who taught me empathy, and balancing and kindness. When I look back today, I realize that whoever I have, I was not built alone. It was shaped by my family, my support system, and people who quietly believed in me long before the world did. So that's my humble beginning. And as Ibilema said, that I believe that when you dream big and you have self belief and you have the blessings of Almighty and your family, nothing is impossible.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. I think I really like the line where you said impossible doesn't exist in your dictionary.
No.
That's such a legacy to pass on, and having a strong support system enables you to succeed. And I really love the story of your grandfather. I don't know why I'm partial to grandparents as well, but I feel like there's just a lot of wisdom that they pass on. This is such an amazing story. So, was there a time, can you tell us if there was a time where life demanded a version of you that wasn't I see that it demanded more of you, and then it revealed like a deeper part of you that you didn't know existed. Can you share with us what that was like for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I joined a profession, like you mentioned, which is in India, it's a profession dominated again by males,
Oh,
the medical
okay.
representatives, when I joined in 25 years back. And I was always the one who people used to look in awe, not in a very positive manner, but how come this lady is in this field? And some of the doctors that I used to meet, they used to even ask, leave aside my products for which I'm there. They used to even ask, how much salary are you drawing? Are your parents not able? That's how you come here. You know? So that's what, because they felt very difficult being a society where men dominated, and in the profession where men dominated, to accept. That's one. The first thing is asserting yourself. It is not about the identity of a father or a husband. It is about making myself. And I believe that women can exist in all spheres of life. And that's when I started speaking a lot about women and what women can do. Now, talking about challenges, there were challenges because I was into sales, but a major struggle, I would just to for the paucity of time, there was a moment in my life wherein I got married, and then I was feeling lot of challenge to balance my home expectations from a newlywed bride and a very tough sales life. I back then I was working with Pfizer. And Pfizer, I thank to this organization that they believed in women, and that's the only company perhaps where women were given a chance to work. Nevertheless, they have never treated us different from a men. The kind of sales pressure that we had, phenomenal. And when it came to a new bride,
Comforting myself.
kind of balancing home expectations and sales
I want to unpack.
expectation, it was a real grind. Soon after say another 2 to 3 years, I faced a challenge in terms of my mother, who suffered from cancer for a month and he passed away. And you know what? That was the phase wherein I was just learning to cope, and I realized that I am also going to be a mother. And that was a period which shook me a lot. That was the time wherein my husband stood as a strong pillar, but then we also at the same time faced financial challenges. So it says that when bad time comes, everything comes together. The only thing that kept me going is the valuable lesson that I learned what is called resilience. I learned what is called adaptability. And most importantly, I learned the importance of support and allyship. So we actually held each other strongly. And then I found that what really matters is self belief, support, and allyship. So these are very, very powerful reasons that taught me resilience. So this lesson came handy in all spheres of my life, even today. So you see, the world is now knows what resilience is because of COVID and other calamities. And every one of us have faced this kind of challenges. And for me, the lesson started way back. Nevertheless, I also learned coming through family, tiding over this challenge, that women can wear multiple hats. That's, I guess, a blessing. If you look at, I'm not going to demean any gentleman who might be here in the audience, but we women are blessed with multitasking. So that's also I learned that I can manage both home and my personal life and my professional life. Okay. And that's how my belief in possibilities even became stronger.
I've just been sitting and smiling because I'm relating your story from the beginning to where you are now and the challenges that have been there. And it's such an amazing story, especially because we live in a world where people do not, especially women, do not acknowledge openly, that they need help. As much as, yes, we can wear the multiple hats, we can adapt because of our roles and, gender wise, it's very rare to hear things like, my husband held me through this. And I want to celebrate all the men. Thank you for holding us through this because we couldn't have done it alone. But also, I'm really interested in, when you said when bad times come, it's like everything comes all at once. How have you managed to deal with when progress in your work has been slow? When it seemed like, it wasn't really going the way you planned it to go, like you said earlier, and I'm really sorry about your mom. My foster mom had cancer, so I know what that can be. Um, and especially because she's the one you learned kindness from. I'm sure it would have been a
Absolutely.
difficult time, so we're really sorry about that. But how you mentioned resilience, how does it play out? How do you keep moving? What does resilience look like in real time, real life, with the kind of work that you do right now?
Awesome. I think that's one of the loveliest questions that I would like to even think and tell audience here. What made me going is I kept learning, and when I became a mother and I had a bigger lesson to leave, a legacy to leave. I'm also a mother of a girl child, okay? And the legacy that in our society, people, the girls or the boys, when they go to school, they are asked to talk about giving examples of parents. Always they talk about their father, the dad, the bread earner. I wanted to break this rhythm, so I wanted to be a role model wherein my girl can speak proudly about not only dad, but her mother. I think that kept me going, looking at her face that yes, I have to create something exemplary for her to beckon with and carry it forward. I think that's one. So I kept learning. When things slow down, another thing is I'm a firm believer of the timing and destiny. Keep doing the right things, keep touching lives, okay? And keep evolving. Lessons learned will never kind of backfire. They are going to be productive, they're going to give you fruits when the time is ripe. And like I said, there is nothing called impossible in my dictionary till now. So I kept dreaming big and I thought I had that self belief. And I felt that when the time is ripe, it is going to happen. And what kept me going is my family, my support system, and being a role model, definitely for my daughter. So, did I answer your question,
Yes,
Ibilema?
you did beautifully, actually. So what of us who don't have kids yet? How would that look how would that look like for someone who doesn't yet have a family, is going through something challenging, and they have to be resilient, and it's almost like they don't have a reason like you did. You want your daughter to be proud. It's very interesting that you're an outlier that breaks rhythm. I wrote that because I'm just going to keep that somewhere as something I remember you by. But for someone in the chat room who is going, okay, I don't really have, someone that's not
Absolutely.
yet anyway. Yeah. So what
I
would you
think
say?
absolutely. So I feel everybody has a purpose of life. For me, maybe I want to be a role model, wanted to be a role model until now for my daughter and many other women, and want the female flag to fly high. For
Hmm.
others who may not have a family, there can be other reasons. So, one thing I'm also very passionate about is animals. So, even we run animal shelters, we rescue animals. In our country, There are street dogs. They are called, like people call them street dogs. We don't like you. So that's purpose orientation. One is this. The other one is whatever I earn, a portion I would like to always give back. That can be somebody's purpose as well. Somebody's purpose can be not only family, but also maybe putting examples in front of the world that this is also possible. It is all about purpose orientation. When there is a very strong purpose, you get that energy and intent to do more, to give more. I would also like to talk about the theme of this Women's Day, give to gain, right?
Yeah,
if you
yes,
if you see this, give to gain, so it talks about giving back. So we shouldn't only think about ourselves, our selfish desires. We humans are very well known for that, but we also have a responsibility of giving back. I think that can be also kind of a purpose for others, to do something exemplary and set examples for others to follow. We are very fortunate. We are here, we are linked to the internet, and there are countries, the third world countries, like from where I belong, India and other places. There are nooks and corners of 3 tier, 4 tier towns where people do not have this privilege. So
yes.
when we create forums, platforms, and create ripple effect by creating consciousness awareness, that's how we spread our message that women has to be given what is due to them. They are
Mm,
powerful. People say that we are equal. What I say, we are not equal. Not equal, definitely, when it comes to physical part of it. We are not
yes,
kind of built that strong, but
yeah.
we are also not equal. We are even superior in terms of our mental power, our resilience, our multitasking. Yet we are so soft. We are the nurturers, we are mothers, and we are affectionate. So this is a very good kind of a mix that Almighty has created, and it is our responsibility to give back. So that's how purpose orientation should be thought about, not only for family, but everybody has to have one thing that they should hold on to, and that is going to inspire them. One more thing that I would like to leave is do what you love. You know, that will never create boredom.
Mm,
What I love is what I do as well. So that's one piece of maybe a suggestion that I would like to give to many youngsters here.
okay,
Yes.
great. Awesome. Awesome. Please, if you're in the comment section, I need hearts, I need likes. And also, we're going to be taking questions. So if you have questions, I would like that you drop them in the chat room. We'll take questions from there. Sean, thank you so much. There's so many things that I have picked up today. And we still have, some other questions to ask you. But I would like that if you are here and you have questions, so that when it's time to ask the questions, we're not waiting. You can just start to drop them now. Thank you, Ashanti. I see all your flowers. Thank you. If you're just joining, we have with us the beautiful outlier who breaks the rhythm of everything that you have ever met, Shaun, and she's been talking about her journey so far. I would give like a quick rundown. Sharon has her bent is in resilience, adaptability, purpose-driven legacy work that outlasts time, but with a balance as well, where she believes in a strong support system, people holding your hands, and having people learning from the wisdom of elders before you by the leading of the Almighty. I hope I summarized it quite well.
You did. Yes,
Yeah,
you did. You
great.
did.
We have a question in the comment section. And it says, how were you able to deal with male bias in the early stages of your career? Because the medical field, like you said, was very male dominated. And you also were in a patriarchal type of society. So, is there any experience, one particular tool that stood out for you? I would like you to share that.
There are many, but I would choose. There was a time when I used to meet specialists like cardiovascular surgeons, and they're very busy. Their time to meet medical representatives were in the late evenings. And one
Oh,
such doctor is a very hard nut to crack, and he was not prescribing for me. And then the timing was 11:30 p.m. at night, and I was the only lady amongst 7, 8 gentlemen, and I was still waiting. When my
oh wow.
turn came in, he said he was looking at his watch. He asked me, "How will you go back?" Back then, neither I had a car, and in India, we are a third world country that time. We were not that well off. So I was thinking maybe I will miss the last bus. I said,
Oh
"Sir,
wow.
my staying back would keep you thinking about a woman, a lady who was still there at 11:30 p.m. alone amongst men, and that would say that we are equal." You know what? That speech that day, the next day when I went to the hospital, I saw my prescription started moving. So that's, I feel,
Oh wow.
a moment of truth that I had. I could speak to him, I could see eye to eye and say that, hey, don't look back upon us. I would see how do I go back, but you better write and do your job. So there are many such things. I always used to feel ownership is something which comes from within, and Pfizer is an organization which has taught us respect for people. So many times I would ask that why would you ask about from where I come, what my father does, and how much salary do I draw? How does it matter to you? I am here for
Mm.
a professional reason, and please give that kind of a respect for me. And that's how for everywhere where you face something, I think when you speak your mind, you be truthful and you stand strong for what you believe, people are bound to follow. I think that's what. And you know that there are a lot of challenges even today's date. you know Many men have still now unconscious bias. When they see a lady climbing up the ladder, they do not like it. But I feel that diamond is always known by its shine. So keep doing the right work, and right people, destined people, will look at you and you will be handpicked. That's my story, Ibelema.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so amazing and very inspiring as well. Um, so I think your formation from the very beginning and your family background plays a lot of roles, in your journey so far, your assertiveness, the audacity to, speak back, and put yourself in the face of the people. This is professional work and this is what we're going to be doing. And that has helped. So since we're speaking about your background and how it has played like a role, I have a question from Ayo, and he says that how would you have trained a male child?
Oh,
You
very
have.
interesting.
Yes, because for you, your background played a lot of roles. Your grandfather was one of your major influencers. So you now, if you have a male child, how would you have trained a male child?
First of all, thanks to the question, and because whatever I would reply from my heart, it's going to be also inspire many mothers who have maybe sons. I think what the male talks now or feels now, it's very much the kind of impression and learning that a mother instills. I do
Mhm.
not have any gender bias, and I always tell my daughter that whatever be the gender, my love and my inspirations would be the same. But for those mothers who have male child, and if I would have been blessed, I from the very beginning would have also kind of teach all the lessons that the females are taught, like basics of the home course. In India, it is believed that even if a working woman is there, she is supposed to come back and cook. Why? As a male child, I would have trained them in those course, and nothing, no work is kind of stamped as a male or female. That's one. Second, very important, respect for people, respect for gender. Not only since a male, he would only respect a female, he would have to respect everyone. No bias for gender. No bias for religion, no bias for caste and creed. All are allies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Males, only the Y chromosome is what makes a male, but the X is common. So that's my answer to this.
All right, awesome. I hope she answered that question. Helen is saying, thank you so much, Ma, for these profound lessons. But what would be your advice to or counsel for a fresh graduate who just got into the corporate world and is trying to advance or grow one's career? And secondly, is there a balance between your career and your purpose, or it's the same thing?
Honestly speaking, I would first take the first question.
Okay,
Do
great.
what you love, okay? That's one. If you are in a profession which you don't love, ask yourself why you are not in the profession that you love. If you
Mm-hmm.
So that's important diagnosis. Then what qualifications or traits that your aspirational goal profession deserves? Where are you in that? If not, can you train yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Be always ahead of what the generation wants. Like for us, now AI comes very natural to you guys. So I have already done a course because I know that otherwise, if I don't upgrade myself, keep
Mm-hmm.
not keep learning, there are people who are going to move past me. So always be equipped. Know what you
Okay.
want, do what gets you there, and always be ahead of what the world deserves, is my answer to the first question. Secondly, is there a perfect balance? Probably no. You know, if you have to be it's an utopia to ask for a balance work and life, but
Mm-hmm.
then balance is also 60-40 to me,
Yes.
sometimes interchangeable. But honestly speaking my heart out, there cannot be a perfect balance when you do justice to family and to career. Sometime
Mm.
or the other would take over, but then eventually the law of average. So, whatever you have done, does it balance it? You are able to maintain both the feedbacks that you get from both families as well as your professional life. That tells the story.
Mm. The feedback you get from your families and your professional life that will tell a story that is so profound. Um, Helen, I hope you heard and you're taking notes. I really love the fact that you said do a diagnosis if you're not doing what you love, because I feel like a lot of people don't sit with it, especially when you're in a country where your life is planned out for you by your parents sometimes, or it is basically you do a course based on what is necessary to feed you. So you might get into that as
Absolutely.
well. Yeah, so you do what you love, take a diagnosis of where you are. If you're not doing what you love, then know what you want and then start the process to equip yourself in that area. The world is evolving and changing, and like you said, AI is here. They have more of an advantage because this is their time and their world. But equip yourself, keep learning, keep learning, always be a learner, and then the law of average, the feedback from your family, the feedback from your values, the feedback from the things that you love. Ayo asked, but we've answered that question. Your opinion regarding male children learning to cook. Ayo, if you had heard her earlier, she said if she had been privileged to be blessed with children, everybody is going to learn to cook.
Yes,
There
yes,
isn't a
absolutely.
specific role, no bias in the kitchen, no bias in cast or kind, no bias anywhere else. They are not, everybody can be a nurturer, everybody can be a chef. Food, the kitchen is for everybody, food, everybody eats food. They will go.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ibalima. You spoke what I wanted to say. Yes, that's
Great,
true.
because I was paying attention. So I'm going to ask you one question. And we are in the question and answer session, we've segued, right? And thank you so much for answering vulnerably. Thank you so much for also speaking very apt about certain things. If you could give one advice to your younger self, or to the women who are currently struggling with failure or self-doubt, which from the sessions we had yesterday, it has been a predominant theme where women who are equipped still doubt themselves in a lot of ways and will not take up roles that men would do without even proper certification. So if you could speak to the younger version of yourself and to the women who are struggling with failure or that mentality of self-doubt, what truth would you want them to add to their own truth?
I think for everything, one thing that I would like to give a message is always remember that nothing is permanent, everything is transient. This too
Mm,
shall pass.
mm,
And till date, I believe that. So, Almighty has created us. There is bouts of melancholia and there's bouts of humor. Even you are very happy now, it's not going to live forever. And so
yeah.
is the. So, I, at one time when I was young and I was facing those challenges, at one point in time, it did come to me because I was also coping with my mother's demise, that
Mm-hmm.
probably I'll give up. I'll not be able to continue or withstand. But that time, my family, my husband,
Yeah.
supported me a lot. And in Pfizer, like I said, they were the only organization who were giving roles to women. A couple of my friends were still my friends. They came as a very strong support. And
Mm.
for a moment, I flickered, but later I bounced back. So I shouldn't have even thought that. Now, when I look at that, I'm very fierce. I feel bad. Why did I ever think of it? But thankfully, I am a firm believer of Almighty and His plans. So He brought me back, and that's how I bounced back. So that's one advice I would like to tell any young woman: have self belief. We
Mm.
are we are capable of doing equally as people feel some others. And if one person has done it, why not me?
Oh, wow. If one person has done it, why not
Why not
me?
me? Yes. That belief, that resilience, that purpose orientation should give us inner confidence to sail through. So that's what I wanted
Awesome.
to share.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Um, I know you said we should do what we love, right? What if you are doing what you love and it is still not bringing the required amount of finances that is necessary, for keeping body and soul together or just maintaining a stable and comfortable life as a lady? What advice would you give to someone who is doing what they love, is pressing, trusting in purpose and the almightiness of providence? What advice would you give? Should we leave it alone and go and find something that can fund us, or we should just stick it through?
I guess what like this big 25 years have taught me is people who persist shines. People who
Mm,
do not compromise on hard work shines. Even I've seen people who are very had very high potential lost, but hard workers, diligence, persistence. Keep showing up, keep persisting. When time will come, if you are a true person who is very committed, you will not be denied. Believe me.
mm,
So keep
mm.
persisting.
So
That's what I
just
would say.
keep
Keep
pushing
doing, yes,
straight.
keep pushing,
Okay.
keep doing, keep understanding why is it not clicking. There must be some reasons. So thinking, thoughtfulness is something that have given me a lot of answers. When I'm alone, I keep thinking that if I'm getting another thing, when we ask for feedbacks, we talk about why did I not do? So feedbacks for failures. What about feedbacks for wins? How many
Oh,
times do we
wow.
take feedback for wins? I do it. So, what made people like my speech, or maybe what part of the training, the capability building I do inspires others? That also has to be replicated more. So
Okay.
you become a refined self in that way. That's what I believe.
All right, all right. I hope we're getting a lot from this session because I definitely am. Thank you so much, Sharon, for all the nuggets you dropped. Taking positive feedback for wins, I'll definitely be putting that into play. Have you had in your long history of, in your journey so far, any particular career setback? Dr. Sam is asking, a career setback somewhere that you failed, that, became a turning point in your professional development. I know you shared the story about, being the only lady then, but now this is your career. Was there any setback that was a turning point? And this is from Dr. Sam. This is from Sam, and he's from the Congo. Yes.
So, if I have to answer that, I've been very fortunate. Those days, those were the days when, for getting elevated from medical representative to the first line manager, people used to go for years together. In Pfizer, those days it was very, very difficult. I passed it in one go. I had never had that kind of a career setback, which is a pedestal for growth. However, there were small, small kind of challenges that came up, like I spoke earlier. But that again, being human, you feel bad. I do agree. But then how you cope, how you persist, how you keep inspiring yourself to a bigger purpose should keep you going. And that has happened to me. I rather had personal setbacks, like I spoke about when I lost my mother, then I became a mother myself, and then my husband who has lost his business. Sometimes we had financial challenges, and I was coping very badly with family, newborn, and my sales pressure. But those are times that probably shapes a person, not because I'm a woman, it shapes everyone. So I was
Okay.
also being shaped. And for me, it was more because I was really balancing my family, my newborn, and my career. And thanks to Almighty, He has always been a strong support, and the principles and values which my family have instilled in me kept me going. I really
Awesome.
didn't have that bad career setback. I've been very lucky in that way. uh,
Awesome. Awesome.
yes.
Thank you so much, Shaun. And please, I want to see the hearts, the hands. We have come to the end of the first session, and it has been so impactful and inspiring. Thank you. I have learned quite a bit, and I'm sure everyone who has been here from the beginning has learned quite a bit. Now, if you still have some questions in the comment section, she's going to be in the comment section as well, and she'll be taking some of the answers there. But I see the hearts. Thank you, Helen.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much, and thank
Ayo.
you. Thank
Thank you
you,
so much.
Ibalema, for the questions that you asked. Thank you. From the audience, I think Mr. Io and Mr. Sam, and there are a couple of more. I don't remember the names with my age. I'm forgetful now. Please pardon me. Thank you for all your questions. I enjoyed them. Let me tell you.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank you so much. So, we have come to the end of the first session, and we're going to be going right into the next. Now, the next session is from someone who I'm very sure understands maths way better than I do. We're going to be going to Kudo Jeng. And Kudo, I'll be reading her profile and then we're going to be going right into it. Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you, Ogo. Kudo Jeng is a seasoned telecommunications specialist, project manager, and passionate advocate for women and girls in STEM across Africa. With over 2 decades of experience in fiber optics and microwave transmission, she currently contributes her expertise at Gamsel. She is the founder and president of the Women in STEM Gambia and CEO of YSTEM Africa, a Pan-African initiative empowering young women across more than 20 countries through mentorship, innovation, and leadership programs. She is also a co-author of 5 by 5, compelling memoirs of 5 phenomenal African women, and contributes to Africans' AI talent development through the Africa's AI Talent Development, the Africa AI Council, pardon me. She's recognized among Africa's influential women. She remains committed to advancing inclusive and sustainable development through technology and education. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome our second speaker for tonight, Kudo Jeng. I want to see your hands, I want to see your hearts as we bring her up. Please make welcome Kudo Jeng. Manuel, can I have her up? Awesome, awesome. Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Hello, good to have you here.
Good to have you as well. Thank you for
Thank you.
gracing us with your your presence. I know that you have a busy schedule, so let's get right into it. Take us back to the beginning. You have such an impressive profile. So take us back to the very beginning. What shaped you to being the woman that you are today?
Yes, good evening. I hope I'm audible enough.
Yes, you are. You are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As you rightly said, my name is Kodu Jeng. I'm Gambian, and I grew up from an underprivileged background. Neither of my parents attended school. And as a kid, we were 7. I have 5 sisters and 2 brothers. So growing up as a girl, I realized that my elder sisters, once they complete senior secondary school, they have to go and get married because my parents could not pay for them to go to university. And I've always wanted to be an engineer in my career. And at the time when I completed grade 12, I had very good results, but the University of the Gambia was not offering engineering programs. That was the time the university just started, so there were no engineering programs. So around that time, all the engineers we had to go outside the Gambia and study. And I can remember the year I was born was the year my father retired from work as a driver. He was working as a driver at the Ministry of Agriculture. So things were hard for our parents. So going for senior secondary university was out of the way. I could not go to university. But all along, I had this belief that it was only through university that I could be the woman I want to be and be able to support my parents. So at the age of 25, I had to take a decision. I wanted to start a family, and I also want to go to school. But I was so careful with the husband I'm going to get married to. I was really careful with that. So I came in contact with my husband, my current husband. We have been married for 21 years now. Yes, we got married in 2005. And this year, alhamdulillah, it's 21 years. And I got married to him, and I had to share my intentions that at some point, I want to go and further my education. So he agreed, and I attended a certificate program in telecommunication engineering and a diploma, advanced diploma at Gambia Telecoms. So when I completed, they employed me. So I started as a fiber optic technician and had to go through the ladder. Starting my job as an engineer was not easy because it was really tough. We had a very fragile network at the time. We have to travel up country to restore whenever the cable has a cut. We have to travel at odd hours. We have to spend nights at very odd places, and being the only lady was not comfortable for me. So I had to go through that, and I can remember there was this time that we had to travel to the provinces, and we were 4 of us. I was the only lady. By then, I was serving as a senior engineer for transmission. So we traveled to the provinces, and it was late. We had to spend the night over somewhere. We could not get a place to sleep, so we had to spend the night in the Gamtel premises. That's inside the equipment room. So I slept in the equipment room at around 2 a.m. The lights went off. By then, we don't have enough electricity in the Gambia. So the lights went off. When the lights went off, I went out, checked with the security. Can you put on the generator? He said, no, there is no generator. When it gets to 2 a.m., the lights are off. So you have to spend the rest of the night like that. So those are some difficult moments that I had to pass through. But at the back of my mind, I had the belief that I have to work harder. I have to save as much money as possible to further my education. So I continued from engineer. Later, I was moved to Gambia Cellular as I started as senior engineer, and later from senior engineer and to manager. I had some difficulties being the only lady at that office in the transmission sector, but in any institution, there are rules that guide you. So whenever I have problems, we go back to the drawing board. I will have to put them together. I was employed to be in this position. I did not go through the back door. I was interviewed like everybody, and I had the job. So we all have to follow the rules and do the job. And that was how I continued with the boys. I think I have a very good relationship with them after that. We were able to work together amicably. But coming from that environment that I grew up in, I knew there are so many young women who had the brains to make impact in their society. And the only thing they need was an opportunity to go out, like they are bonded. All they need is for someone to hold their hands and move out of that environment. And that was the reason I founded Women in STEM Gambia in 2022. The intentions at the beginning was, I just want to help a handful of number of students, let's say a maximum of 20, 15 and the like. But when I started, it grew like wildfire. Everybody started coming, joining. So many people joined. Everybody showed interest. It shows that these people needed someone to support them. So you can't stop them. The numbers started growing. Husbands started calling. I want my daughter to be part of the organization. We started going to schools, having programs for students, helping them with their experiments. We designed hands-on experiments for them to, because most students in the Gambia, what they do is they go through the theory aspect. So we showed them another way of learning, and that really created a lot of impact. So at some point, I realized that I was getting the publicity that I did not want. I never wanted that, because I don't want the focus to be on me instead of the objective that I wanted to fulfill. I remember in 2024, it started in 2023, I was nominated for an award and I declined. I had to decline. I had to take an excuse and call the organizers. I up to date, I don't know who nominated me for that award. And I gave this excuse that all the other nominees are my mentees. So I declined that and gave them chance to shine. So from that award, I had in 2024, I had series of awards. So the publicity was too much on me. Like my name was everywhere. And that was not what I wanted, because I have this intention to help young people. I don't want that to be on the spotlight. Like, I don't want to overshadow my objectives. So at some point, I had an award in Ghana. One was from Ghana and one was from Kenya. It was the STEM Woman of the Year. And there was one from Addis. I didn't even go for that. I did not collect that award. But the awards were so many, and I had to sit back, because in my career, when I have issues, I sit back and try to recollect what are the problems, like what do I need to do. My objective was to help young people, and I never wanted anything to deter me from that. So I had to sit back and make a decision. I'm sorry, I'm not a very good speaker. So I have to decide what I want to do.
Doing great. Great.
So
We're riveted.
So I have to decide. That was when I decided that I would focus on helping people. And I will also limit my social presence. So I was working on the ground. I remember last year, we were able to support 3 young girls full scholarship to complete their universities. When the grade 12 results were out, I realized that some of the girls that are in our STEM clubs, they wanted to go to university and they could not get the opportunity to go to university. So they reached out to me, but out of the whole list, 3 of them were also, it's like my story was being repeated. One of them came from the provinces in a village called Bakindik. It's in the North Bank in the provincial Gambia. She said she wanted to be a medical doctor. And her parents could not pay for her school fees. And she has very good results, amazing results. And she said she will not be able to go to university. I felt bad because that was the same story I had as a kid. So I said, okay, you know what you will do? You go and apply for the university program. So normally students would pay $1,000 to apply for that program. You just go to and apply. I gave them money, they applied. That was it. One of them was from Bakindik, one from Makati. It's far down in the provinces. And the other one is from the Combos here in the Greater Banjul. So I advised 3 of them to go and apply for the programs. One was studying nursing, the other one was studying civil engineering at the university, at USET, Safieto. So they applied for the programs, gave them $1,000 for them to apply, and they applied and they came back. We have applied, but where are we going to get the scholarship? I said, Allah is great, we will get there. So we started applying for scholarship opportunities, different scholarship opportunities. I did not know that they had scholarship from one of the places that we applied for. That was through the president of the Gambia. So when the president was awarding scholarships, I was invited as guest speaker.
Wow.
Walking into that room and seeing those 3 girls was the happiest day of my life.
Oh,
All of them were in that room. I was so happy to see them there. Then I had to include that in my speech. And like the focus was on them. But helping people does not mean that you have to be sharing it everywhere. It's not necessary. It is more necessary is to be able to impact people's life. I had the opportunity to go to university, not because I paid for myself, but because of the company I worked for helped me. And when I was coming back from Ghana, where I did my BSc, I made one promise. The support I receive, I'll give it back. If it is going to be 1 person, 2 person, it depends. 2 people, it depends. What I want to help. So today I've seen that help has gone beyond my expectation. Like what I wanted to do has gone beyond my expectations. I had three things that I wanted to do when I started. It was to write a book, sharing my journey, like the difficulties I faced, how I was able to take care of marriage, and how I was able to work in a male-dominated field, and also to start Wisdom Africa, Women in STEM Gambia. A bit about my marriage. I got married at the age of 25. And like in most African countries, I stayed with my husband and his family for 19 years in a big family compound. Like the previous speaker mentioned, it's our responsibility as housewives to cook for the family. I had to do that. So despite the fact that my husband was helping me, he was also at a very strategic position. He should not over support me and leave his family behind. He was in that position. He has to choose between at some point between his family or me. So I also have to support him. So I take care of my responsibilities as a housewife. I wake up every morning, sweep the whole compound, prepare rice, because normally weekends I'll cook for the whole family, keep them in different bowls in the fridge, boil some rice, because Gambia rice is a staple food. Take care of my kids, drop her at school. I have a daughter. She's 20 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, I would drop her off at school. And at some point, we had this opportunity that was the advanced diploma that came late. So I applied for the advanced diploma. But it was the advanced diploma that took me to Ghana. So when I applied for the advanced diploma, I think it was the most difficult time of my life. I had to wake up early in the morning, take care of the compound, take care of my daughter. And I will read before going to work. From work, my husband will pick up my daughter and I go for classes and close back and come late. So every day I will get home very late. It was a very tough moment, but it was the best decision I have ever taken. Because at that time we don't have lecturers, so we have to read on our own. All we had was a syllabus. I had to read on my own and prepare for the external exams. So when we had that external exams, we have four of us passed the exam, and the four of us were sent to Ghana for a top-up program for my BSc degree. And I was the only lady in my class again. So I went through difficult moments, but it was through those difficult moments that I was able to be the woman I am today. I know the difficulties that young people face at some stage in their careers, and I don't want them to go through the difficulties that I have gone through. I have made a lot of connections wherein I can help. I can remember the last week, there was this young girl who called because of a job opportunity for a manager position that I shared with her. She sent me a message, called, I got the job. Like things like those, things like this are the things that I enjoy most. I describe them as my success story because I'm impacting the lives of others. I'm changing the lives of others instead of impacting my life as an individual. I am okay as a woman because most of the basic things I need, I do have. But there are so many people out there who need only, maybe it's only a scholarship, a school fees for them to change their life. It's one job you have to share with them that will change their life. Or it's you introducing that person to another person that will change their life. So these are the that I focus on most of the time. Thank you.
Wow. I don't. So I have just been quiet and following your story, and it is one of the most amazing stories I have ever heard. Very inspiring. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
You touched a lot of the questions I wanted to ask, but I'm just going to segue into certain things. Now, if you are in the comment section and you have a question, put it there. I'll see it, we'll ask. But just to highlight something you said that I have been, turning over in my mind. You said, I am okay with the woman I am right now. You are okay to be behind the scene as long as you impact other people. And I feel like that's very profound, because most of the time people want to be in the spotlight. I like the spotlight. I like to be influential. I have a mindset that, if you're in a position of authority and you have some influence and authority, people can generally give you credibility. So how have you been able to manage and balance that? Because you didn't want to take awards. I don't know if I can do that.
Yes. Yeah, I the first award was STEM award from She Awards. I think the award, the body was awarding women, and I was not comfortable with that award because I think I needed to give them space for them to get that. Yeah, I needed, and I believe it was the best decision I made at the time. And yes, it's not bad to be on the spotlight. It's not bad. For me, it's not bad. For different people have different ways of seeing
Yeah,
life,
yeah.
using theory at different lenses. And I don't want the focus to be on me as an individual. I'm not okay just to say I'm okay, I have enough money, but I'm okay as a person. I'm okay because I know from where I came from and where I am today is totally different. I started very tough. There are some things that you can even cheer as an individual, but it was really tough as a kid. I've seen my parents struggle to feed us as kids. I've seen them struggle to pay our school fees. My mom has to go to school and sell food so that she can give us lunch. And I just reminded her the last time. My mom was very strict. She believes in discipline. And I was the stubborn one in my family. I came from a Muslim family. I'm the only one without hijab, by the way. We are six sisters, five sisters, yes, five sisters. I'm the only one without hijab. So she believes I'm very stubborn. So sometimes I might do something, my mom will try and discipline me. So when I go to school and she's selling food, I would say that I will not buy from her. I'll buy from my friend's mom. And we were discussing that the last time, we all started laughing. And I told her this, Mom, and you were the one who gave me that money for me to buy food. And being a kid, I said, I will not buy from you. I hope you forgive me. She said, no, I know you were just a kid. So I've seen my mom struggle to help us to get the 3 square meals that we need. So if I am at a level that those are not things that I struggle to get, I think I believe I'm okay. So, but there are people in that situation growing up in a similar situation, and they are the bigger part of the community that we live in. And they have the intelligence to impact our society. But someone has to pull them from that area and bring them to where they should be. They can help themselves and they can also contribute to national development. So that's my focus. And that's what exactly I'm doing. I used to be very active on social media, very active. I post basically everything that I have to do. But at some point, I realized I was focusing on my personal growth instead of my objectives to help other people. And I remember also one thing, my husband has been someone who greatly helped me. He really supported my journey. I remember when I was going to Ghana, I sat him down at night. I told him that this is the opportunity I have. the company is going to pay for my scholarship to go and study in Ghana. But my daughter was at a very critical age by then. She was around 14.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was a difficult decision for me to make. I had to sit with my husband. We had a discussion. Normally, when we have issues, things that come up, we discuss as a family. So I told him that I really want to go to Ghana and for my degree. And he knows very well how much I'm attached to education, how much I want to have for my education. He said one statement that I will never forget. He said, Kodo, go to Ghana and make me proud.
Oh.
That was what he said. And I will take care of our daughter for you. And that was exactly what he did. My husband has been someone who has been very supportive.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Nothing to apologize about. This is why we're here, to see the real authentic things. Oh, this is amazing. Thank you so much.
Sorry, he really helped me. My husband has always been there to make sure that I get what I want. He has always been there to make sure that I get all the opportunities. Sometimes some opportunities come online. He will share it with me. Hi, Kodo, please apply for this. This is for you. He has done that. Sometimes I will give him money. This is for you. He said, no, take care of yourself and take care of your girls. That's how he says it. So he has really helped me in my career. And I remember when I was asked to write that book about my journey, there was a whole chapter for him, my life with him. There was a whole chapter that I wrote about how I lived with that man. And I realized during the launch of that book in Ghana in March this year, that chapter has impacted so many lives in that room. When we got to that room, it has impacted so many people. So as a girl, as a young girl growing up, always make sure that you get the right partner. Because if they don't support you, you won't get to where you want to be. You need support at every stage of your career. These are people you're going to live with. You will share your happy moments with them, the sad moments for them to advise you. So it has to be someone who is there for you as an individual. Yeah, this is something I wanted to share with the viewers.
Wow. If you are in the comment section, I see I'm going to read out some of the comments that I'm seeing here. God bless your husband, and may God help me to marry right. Your husband is a great man. Plenty of salutes to your husband. The line that I really like, if your partner doesn't support you, you cannot get to where you want to get to. That is so beautiful. Yesterday, the theme was on focusing on understanding yourself, knowing what you should delegate, protecting your peace. Today, I find like the common and current theme running in today's event is support system, the importance of a support system, how choosing the right partner, having the support of your family can help you. Thank you so much, Kudo. This is such an amazing story. I am so impressed. I know you mentioned when you were sharing your story that when you wanted to get married, you took time to make sure that you picked the right person. And now we see why. Daniel says that you have an amazing story, not being comfortable with awards. And I think it's also a lesson in knowing who you are, knowing yourself, knowing what your objectives are, and not following, the norm. If this is where your heart is, if this is the kind of person you are, just stick with it and it will still provide impact. I have just one more question for you. And if you have any questions in the comment section, please put it out there and we're going to take it. But I have one more question because Ashanti, I would like that you type your question, please. Thank you very much, so that it saves time as well. For thank you, Ashanti. Thank you so much. You are amazing. So for the woman who is unseen, unheard, and dealing with different kinds of silent struggles, what will be the one thing you will tell her to do? And then I'll ask one more question, because I'm also very interested in your girls. Permit us to call them your girls as well, because we have adopted them as well. So what would be the
Yeah.
thing that you would say to a woman who feels unseen, invisible, and is just silently struggling and doesn't have the kind of support that you had in the first place?
I believe there are so many organizations out there that are ready to help young girls. In the Gambia, I've seen so many organizations, and they have adopted strategies that are really helpful. Like they are going out there for the girls, and young girls to take advantage of these opportunities.
Yeah.
Like today, we all talk about artificial intelligence, for example.
Yes.
Most people don't know the basics of AI. Organizations like ours, we started training young girls on courses. They will have certificates from Cisco or IBM. And if there are any fees that they need to pay, we will pay for those fees.
Oh,
Like the
wow.
best students will have exams and we will pay for those fees. So these are things that you believe can help with your career. You have to go out there to those organizations, just not to be there as a member, but be there for on purpose. Like know why you are there, know why you want to be part of that organization. Like what are the objectives, exactly know what the objectives of the organization are and what you can learn from them. And also try and get a mentor. And mentors are really important in our everyday lives because they will guide you. I've seen so many girls come out to me that they want mentors in different areas. The last one was she wanted to be a aeronautical engineer, but we have a space engineer in our team. So I linked them up. So there are organizations out there that can provide that opportunity for you. They can link you up with someone in the field, and that person can be yourself as your guide. You don't necessarily have to be on the spotlight to get what you want. You need to know what exactly I want. Is being on the spotlight going to solve that problem that I want to solve? It has to be something that can solve the problem, but you just don't want to be there, out there. For what reason? You have to have a reason of being out there. And as women also, the more we expose ourselves, we become more vulnerable sometimes. Especially maybe if an elderly woman will be able to take care of her, be responsible, but for younger girls, in any social media that you are going to have an account with, have a purpose. These algorithms, they follow what you follow, what you click on a daily basis. I want to be a data scientist. Look out for women in that field. You will learn from them every day. I always tell these girls that data you buy, the internet that you use your own money to buy the data, it has to be something that can help change your life. You don't have to buy it for anything. It has to be something that can impact your life. Don't be there just for the purpose of being there or being at the spotlight because you want to share your beauty or something. There's always time for all those things. Wherever you want to be. Sometimes the work you do can be the reason why you are on the spotlight. So you just have to have a mentor and know the reason why you want to be on the spotlight. Yeah.
This has been one of the most impactful sessions we've had in the conference, if you would agree with me. Thank you so much, Kudo. Please, a round of applause now for your questions, because I see quite a bit. She's going to be in the comment section as well, and she'll answer you as she reads your questions. I see your question, Ashanti. There's also one other question that I think that I saw, as well, and she's going to be that if use the data you buy for something impactful, have a mentor, make sure that you understand exactly what the spotlight is going to do for you. Will it create impact? Will it take away from it? Understand yourself and have a support system that holds you up at every step of the way. Kudo, thank you so much. It's been an amazing, amazing time with you. Thank you so much. She will be in the comment section now.
Okay.
Is the session recorded? Yes, there is a group where everyone is gathered, and I'm sure the Blueberry team will be in the comment section telling you how to go about that. In speaking about mentors and other things, Kodo, thank you so much. And thank you for having
You're
us.
welcome.
Thank you, Noella. Noella says it has been a stimulating session. Thank you very, very much. I want you to share something, if you're in the comment section. This is for anybody who is there. Kudo, we can let you go now, but
Okay.
to the comment section. Thank you so much for having us. Please, a
Thank you.
round of applause for our guest. It has been such an amazing journey. All the sessions are recorded and they're all on YouTube. Please make sure you follow. Welcome to the Growth Conference International 2026. And we've been having a blast so far. I agree with you, Ashanti. Very emotional, very vulnerable sessions, great stories, Daniel. Very good. So now, just before we get into the next session, you're doing so well. I'm enjoying the fact that you're contributing in the chat sessions. And if you just joined, we'll still like to know where you're joining us from. Put a flag, from where you're joining us from. Let's know where you are in the world. I want us to do something quickly as we get ready and set for the next session. And please don't forget, at the end of our session today, there is an important announcement. Now, you've heard how Kudo and how Shaun have said about support systems, mentorship systems. You've seen, if you were here at the beginning, us introduce and thank our stallions who have held our hands throughout the conference. Mentorship is so important. Someone showing you the way will save you years of hitting your head on the wall and trying to find something. I want you to write in the comment section one thing that you're going to do starting today that you have learned from both sessions. What is the one thing you're going to do starting today? I see all the flags. Juliet is in Bali, Northwest Region, Cameroon. Welcome, everyone. I see you, Toby. I see Karabo. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. My session is on fire. What is Sierra Leone? Daniel, really nice to meet you and to read from you. Uganda. I don't want to spoil your name, so is it okay if I call you Aka so that I don't murder your name? My name is Ibelema Green and I am your host for tonight. I am sure you're having a great time. What is the one thing I want you to write in the comment section? What is the one thing you are going to be doing from today that you have learned from both sessions? Because the beautiful thing about this is normally when we come for conferences like this, we are motivated, we are, inspired, and then we leave here but we don't have something that we have written down that we are going to implement. The thing about the women that we've listened to from yesterday till today is that they took steps. They bought a form, they stayed late, they had the courage to take jobs. Ashanti says, pick the right husband. I'm with you, girl. I'm with you, girl. Pick the right, if I'm taking anything, pick the right husband, please. Pick the right husband. I agree. Is there any, I don't need to be rich in order to help others. Love it, love it. We will encourage all the ladies here that you should join our network. It helps in mentorship. It has helped me personally to be more confident in my professional journey. The Growth Women Leadership Network, we're on LinkedIn. Please join us there. We're going to be having sessions. We're going to be having beautiful ways to encourage and hold ourselves accountable. Make sure you join us on LinkedIn if you're a woman here. Dolapo says, I will start being accountable to a mentor. I love this. Karabo says, start assisting wherever you can. Start from where you are on the way to where you are going. This is amazing. Please keep bringing them up in the comment, and as I see them, I will read. We're also on YouTube. Please share, because we have one more session and then a very beautiful announcement. I love that you're having lessons and execution points. We're going to move now to our final speaker for the night. Tonya says you don't need to be in the spotlight to make an impact. I think that's one of the strongest things that I saw today. So, drum roll, please. Can I have drum rolls, drum rolls, please, in the comment section? Drum roll, because we're going to be reading the profile of our next speaker. I hope you're ready for this. Like I said at the very beginning, bottom pot is always, always, always sweeter. Our next guest for tonight is none other than Beatrice Erete. Now, Beatrice Erete you need to listen to this. She is a consciousness mentor. And isn't it interesting that we just talked about mentorship? She is a consciousness mentor, a coach, a musician, public speaker, and a proud mother of the boys. Her journey from hardship to empowerment has shaped her into a voice of resilience and transformation. Through her music, motivational sessions, and coaching, she inspires women and girls to embrace their natural strengths, live authentically, and impart positive change in their communities. Ladies and gentlemen, from all over Africa, all over the world, please make welcome Beatrice Erete for the last session of tonight. I want to see your hands. I want to see emojis. I want to see the hearts. Hi, Beatrice. You look lovely. Evening.
Thank you. Thank
Are you going to sing for us this evening?
Yes,
All right.
I
As
will.
always, it's good to have you here. Thank you so much for making out the time to be a speaker with us on this year's conference. We're really glad to have you. So as always, it goes back to the beginning. Let's go back to the very beginning. What has been your journey like to this point, and defining moments of how it has shaped you? Take us away, Beatrice.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. When I first heard that we are going to have this conference and the theme is, a journey to the top, my journey is such one with trauma, losing yourself, finding yourself, pain, suffering, but then you embark on your healing journey and your self-discovery and finding yourself. So as a child, I had three dreams when I was a little girl. I wanted to be a public speaker, I wanted to go to school, and I also wanted to be a musician. That was my dream. and nothing was going to shake that dream. Sometimes when we have those dreams, we think that the world will give us everything that we need. But then what happens when the world gave you no option? So I was kicked out of my father's house and I found myself on the streets. I was homeless. I was sleeping in church. I was sleeping on the street corners. I had no defining destination of where I was going. And so 26 years ago was when I met my ex-husband. So me being homeless and having no one, I suffered neglect. And so I thought getting married by then was the best choice. I don't believe in failure. Failure is an illusion. I believe we make choices at some point in our lives. At the times we make those choices based on our evolution and growth, at those moments are the best choices. But then later you may realize that I should have done it differently. So I got married 26 years ago. In my mind, I thought when I got married, all my dreams will come to pass. I will achieve all my dreams, being a musician, being a public speaker, and I will go to school. That was what I had in my head. So I got married, and then immediately I got married, I got pregnant with my first child. So when I got pregnant, I said, okay, let me have my first child and then I'll go to school, I'll be a public speaker. Because I had dropped out of school when they kicked me out of my father's house. I dropped out of school. And so I gave birth to my first child less than 2 months and I got pregnant again. And at that moment was the moment of anger, me losing myself, resentment, frustration. My ex-husband was a pastor, a full-time pastor. And in that part of the world, you know what it means when people say they are full-time pastors. I knew I have set myself up for the biggest disappointment and I have to brace up. When I realized I was pregnant and I had a baby of like 2 months old, I was so angry. I lost myself completely. In that very moment, I was not happy. I was angry at everyone. I was angry at my ex-husband, angry with myself, angry with everybody, angry with everybody. I did not go to any hospital throughout that period. I was so frustrated. We could not afford even a place to stay. We were helped by friends until the time came for me to deliver my child. But I was determined because I was very young. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do. And so when the time came for me to deliver my second boy, I went into the bedroom for you to know how numb I was to pain because I knew I had set myself up for disappointment. And so I went into the bedroom, drew the sheet and deliver my child. And then my ex-husband was saying, are you okay? So when he went to call a nurse, I could remember when the nurse came, the nurse said, no, this girl, something is wrong with this girl. I wasn't saying anything. I was so loaded with anger that I don't talk. I just stay quiet. And so immediately I delivered my second child. I stood up like the determined woman that I was and I am today. I stood up and took a bucket of water and poured on my head, and I was ready for the journey because now I had 2 kids. I had to take care of myself. I had to take care of my boys. And so I started working for people, started doing voluntary jobs. I go with my boys. I had no one except my ex-husband with my boys. I was so young that people would ask me if I used to tell people that, they are my sons. And they would say, how come you are this young and you have two babies? Are they twins? And then when you said no, people will still judge you. How come you have two babies like this? And you are emaciated. Even you need to be taken care of. So I start telling people lies that, oh, they are not my kids. I'm just the nanny. I'm taking care of them. Their mom has gone to work. You know, I lost myself completely. And so 9 years after, I went into coma for 4 days and they gave me up that I was dead. That was the time and the beginning of my first awakening. I always had my dream. I did not lose my dream. It was there, but how was I going to achieve them? I don't know, but I know I was going to achieve them. And so when I came, I was in that coma 3 to 4 days. People were saying a lot of things. People were angry at my husband. A lot of people were saying a lot of things. I know how to sing. I was singing in church. But at that very moment when I came out of that coma, I was determined to chase my dreams. My boys had gone to secondary school by then. And then after I came back from the coma, I recovered. I went to the studio immediately and did my first gospel album. And I became a household name. I became the Princess of Praise, known everywhere. I was in every billboard. I was everywhere, all over, across the nations. My name is everywhere. So I became popular. But then I still did not lose sight of my dream of becoming a public speaker and to go back to school. By then it was over 10, 15 years I've left school. I don't even know what that was all about. But I knew I was going back to school. So when I became that popular, I said, no, I don't need to lose myself in this popularity. I still need to pursue my dreams. And then I enrolled to go to school. I wore uniform and then took my WAEC and went to the university. I got business administration. I did human resource management. I never stopped learning. I had a postgraduate in supply chain. I'm still doing masters in public administration. I never stopped learning. So it was such a journey of pain, trauma, but then I got my healing. 17 years after, I got divorced. But then I never told anyone. I went through that divorce and said nothing to anyone. 4 years later was when I told my boys, my sons. By then, my ex-husband relocated to the US. I was with my boys. And if you know, when you have boys, they will bring more boys for you. So that's how I know I am known as the mother of the boys. I gave birth biologically to 2 boys, but I had 9 boys. So my house was filled with boys. And also just because of what I went through, being homeless, I know what that feels like. I never shut my door on anyone that needed a place to stay. I fought for my boys. And then when I told my boys 4 years later that I've been divorced, I did not say anything to anyone because people have put you on a pedestal. My ex-husband was a pastor and they expect you to be this perfect person. Imagine I was going to places, I was everywhere singing. People see me as this bubbling person, that I have a perfect life. You know what it is in this side of the world when they feel, when they tag you as a celebrity, they feel like everything is working out for you. You are okay. So I never talk about what I was going through, but I was going through pain. So after my divorce, 4 years after, I realized that the life I had was the life with my ex-husband because I was very young when I go into that relationship, and that was 26 years ago. So I had no life. I had to start from the beginning, because my career as a musician was managed by my ex-husband. But I was determined to live my dreams. I don't believe in failure. It doesn't exist. It's an illusion. And I believe we can make different choices. I have no regrets of my life. So I took my journey. I embarked on a self-discovery journey because I realized the only identity I had was that of my ex-husband. So I have to find myself. I have to heal from that anger, resentment, and all the frustration and trauma that I have gone through. My story and my journey is predictably similar to that which a lot of people go through today, having no one, having no support system. But yet, healing is possible, and you can be all that you want to be if you don't lose sight of your dreams. And so I fought day and night to pursue my dreams. And then I went on a healing journey to heal from all that trauma, to find myself, to find my voice. So I hid myself. I wasn't going anywhere. They will invite me for programs, I don't go. They will invite me to come and sing, I don't go. I am back, I go to school, I talk, teach on motivational session. When I go to school and request for 10, 15 minutes of devotion to talk to young girls, that you can still live your dreams. You can still be all that you want to be. So I started a motivational session. I was sharing my story. And my story came into existence in 2019 in what I call story, as you can see in the logo. It said it's called Sanctuary for Talented, Optimistic, and Resilient Young Girls. A lot of people might share their story and tell you about their support system, but there are others who do not have support system. But what would you do when you find yourself in a crossroad? One thing I tell myself, no one owe you anything, but you owe yourself everything. I forgave myself. I embraced the choices I made. I am happy with those choices. I took accountability for every stage of my life. I learned to love myself and have compassion on myself. In my healing journey, I do yoga for my physical well-being. I do meditation for my mental well-being. I do journaling for my psychological well-being. I was intentional. I am intentional. I teach consciousness, which derive from a space of awareness, self-aware. Regardless of all the choices you've made in life, they were necessary for your evolution. I have no regrets, and this is where I am today, proud of myself.
Amazing. Beatrice, what a story. This has been absolutely phenomenal. And the comment section has been live. Self-awareness is key. There are people who don't have support systems, but what will you do? Be determined, know what you're about. Do not ever give up on your dreams. All the choices that you made were necessary for your evolution. This is quite a story. And thank you so much for being so vulnerable and sharing. If you have questions, please put them in the chat box. We are wrapping up, but I have a question here. Beyond everything that you have accomplished, this journey of consciousness, self-awareness, healing. I really liked when you said that healing was necessary. Um, what drives you? Now that you have your dream of public speaking, you have gone to school, what is the thing that still keeps you showing up every day? What drives you?
I do not have the luxury of quitting
Oh,
and have all those boys looking up to me. Like I said, I have 9 boys living in my house who have lived with me. So my boys keep telling me, aren't you going to stop learning? I keep going for programs. I keep going for programs. What are you doing with book? I said, I want to raise the bar so high that you have no choice but to be your best self.
huh?
And so my last child graduated last year. There are 3 things when you are in my house. 1, you will discover your talent. I help you discover your talent, and you should activate your talent and work on it. You should be educated. You have no choice. So life did not offer me the luxury of quitting. And so no matter what happened, I will feel discouraged, I will feel sad, I will feel frustrated, I'll feel vulnerable, feel like giving. Those feeling comes. But then when I look back and said, what do? I don't have a choice. I just have to keep going. I just have to keep running. And there are lots of girls and women that look up to me that have impacted over the years. I redefined my story. I rewrote my script. And I always say to myself, I rewrote my script and then stop living my life for others. And then I decide what to do with my life, when I want to do it, and have compassion on myself. So I rewrote my journey and set my own personal boundaries, not
Fantastic.
expecting anyone. I give time to myself. I invest in myself, my mental well-being, my physical well-being, my emotional well-being. And so I consciously took steps to heal and live this life that I was born to live.
Awesome, amazing. Speaking about, you talked about, your emotional well-being, your physical well-being, and you have such resilience and determination. But how are you able to manage your boys' emotions when they learned about the divorce? How did they take it when you broke the news to them? Because you took quite a while to break that news to them. How did they take it, and how did you manage their emotions?
Yeah, so I intentionally waited for my boys to be 18. For some reason, I was patient enough to wait for them. I was, because within myself, I was going through all of these emotions of this divorce process. So I did not want to let my boys, because I've suffered neglect and I
Mm-hmm.
had parents in my life for the longest of time. I wanted to be that support system, and I know the impact that had on me. So I did not
Mm,
want my boys to have a repeat of that cycle, because one of the things I fight against when I teach consciousness is to break cycle patterns and behaviors. So I try for every pattern, cycle, and behavior deliberately to end with me. So I let my boys reach the age of 18, the both of them, and then we had the conversation. And I
mm.
told them about the divorce. They thought, oh, maybe we are going to come back together, maybe. Then I said, no, because the person that your dad married 18 years ago is not the same person. He got married to a child. Now I am a woman. There are a lot of things I used to say yes to everything, but now I can't say yes to everything. So I'm a different person. So we will not be in alignment. There are a lot of things that have changed over the course of time. And so my boys, they were very supportive. In fact, they are very, very supportive. I raise them in such a way they are mentally strong. I raise them in self-awareness. They are very empowered. They can advise ageable people. They can tell you about relationship. So we have this conversation, and they are the people they were my friends. They were my go-to people. They are always there, because when I go to work, I come back, I will meet them. They know my frustration. When I when I am angry, when I used to be angry person, it will be on my boys. So they've seen the good, the bad, the ugly side of me. So I would tell them things we discuss. So we had that conversation, and they were happy. They were very supportive, and they would ask me, are you okay? Every day we talk about things. They said, you deserve to be happy. You are the strongest woman we know. You are a
Oh,
role model, and we want you to be happy. And even when I'm worried at home, I need to cook for my boys. I don't want them to struggle for what they will eat. They will say, no, 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 you don't need to cook. You don't need to do anything for us. Let us take care of you now. So
oh,
that's the thing. So they are very, very much. One of my son is in the US, and the other one is here with me. He's graduated last year. All my sons are now in the university. I have 9 boys. They are all in the university. They are all pursuing their gift. I have studio engineer. I have a musician. I have a videographer, photographer, different kind of skills and talents in my house. So we do everything in
oh.
our house. Yeah, so
Awesome. Wow, thank you so much. Beatrice, your story is inspiring. You're such a fighter. This has been one of the best conferences I have attended, and it's virtual. Thank you so much. Before you leave us, speak a word, in just a minute, as you go. And if there are questions in the comment section, please oblige us by answering them in the comment section. But speak a word over somebody that doesn't have support, has lost the ability to dream because of life challenges.
I'll still say, like, A quote I love in The Warrior Princess, Zina. I always say I'm a warrior princess. So Zina said to conquer yourself is to know the way. To conquer others is to have power. No one owe you anything, you owe yourself everything. Be unapologetically authentic. I am known as the badass babe because I don't say no. I don't say no. I go for what I want. I face my
Yeah.
fears. Eat my cake and still have it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you
No
so
worries.
much. Thank you. Please, a round of applause for Beatrice. What a night. What an excellent way to end the session for day 2. I see your emojis. Thank you so much. Everybody is excited, inspired. We are ready to conquer our world and leave legacies. But before we go tonight, I told you we have an important announcement, but I will not be taking that. Thank you, Beatrice. You can
Oh,
go and join us in the comment section. Thank you so much. You've been amazing. Please, a round of applause, a round of applause. It has been night for the books. I'm going to be bringing up very quickly. Thank you so much for your time, for your patience. You guys are amazing. A round of applause for yourself as well. I'm going to be calling the OG, Ogo Ekwale, the Growth Conference International Global Head of Projects. She's going to be coming up and she's going to be telling us something exciting. OG, take it away. Please clap for OG as she comes while I go to the comment section and be looking
Oh
at
my God, Belema, I've been having such an amazing time. All the stories have been so amazing. I've been so inspired. When I keep hearing this, I was like, what? People live through that and they're here smiling, motivating us, telling us that everything is going to be okay. I'm like, oh, whew, I don't think I would have survived any day longer than they did. And we're thankful for their growth, thankful for even sharing this platform with us. We don't deserve to even listen to their stories, but we're grateful that they are bold enough and they have the courage. And that's the reason why we'll continue to do what we are doing at TGC, not just hearing stories, but taking it a step further. And that's the reason why I'm here to make an announcement. Sorry. um One thing is for sure is if you were here yesterday, the announcement was made where we will be introducing the TGC Accelerator Program. And if you're not here, I'm going to run through the announcement again. So the Conference has been a place for inspiration, awakening, encouragement, and empowerment. Women have gathered here to be reminded of who they are, what they carry, and what is possible. But this year, we're taking a bold step forward because inspiration is powerful, but inspiration alone is not enough. Awareness is important, but awareness without structure does not always produce transformation. At TGC, we believe that when a woman is empowered, she should not only leave motivated, but she should come equipped as well. That's why we are officially launching the maiden edition of the TGC Accelerator Program for Nigerian female entrepreneurs. I know that we are a global platform, but like anything that we want to start within where we started from Nigeria. When we started TGC first, we started from Nigeria. So this program is just the maiden and the first, and we're starting within Nigeria to understand how we can now duplicate that in other countries or continents. So don't feel left out. We are making plans to come to your country or your continent to replicate exactly what we'll be doing for the Nigerian female entrepreneurs. So this program has been designed for Nigerian female entrepreneurs. Please, no biases here. We're learning from home and to go out globally, who are ready to move their business from hustle to structure, from survival to sustainability. So We know that lots of women are doing incredible things across Nigeria in fashion, food, retail, beauty, consulting, manufacturing, technology, education, and even other sectors we've not even heard about. But these businesses are still carried heavily on the backs of the founder. That woman is an accountant, a marketer, a salesperson, a customer service rep, operation, HR. Think about all the departments that multiple people are supposed to be delivering activities for. That one person is doing it all. And she's working really hard, but she cannot grow beyond herself. Her structure is very stifled. Now, this is why we want to change the game for you. Through this program, we are going to select entrepreneurs who will receive practical training in core areas every growing business needs. They will learn how to clarify their business model, strengthen their branding, manage their finances better, improve sales systems, structure their operations, manage staff more effectively, document their business process better, and position themselves globally. This is not just another motivational program. It's not theory heavy. It's not a certificate only type experience. It's very, very practical, hands-on, to help women build businesses that can stand, scale, and attract opportunities. And today, I'm especially pleased to announce that this maiden edition is free. It's free for selected participants in collaboration with Bank of Industry Glow Loan for Women. This partnership is important because one of the major challenges women entrepreneurs face is access to knowledge, access to networks, and access to structure. But before opportunity comes, we need to be prepared. You all know that. Many times the issue is not that the woman is not hardworking, very hardworking. Nigerian women are the most hardworking people you ever encounter. The issue is that when opportunities definitely show up their doorsteps, their business is not ready on paper because there's no structure, no financial reports to show anybody what's your figures like, where's funding coming from, what's your daily operations like. It's not on paper, but we can see your activity. So this accelerator program is our response to that gap. Our goal is simple: help women build businesses that are opportunity ready. By the end of the program, participants will not only be confident, they'll be more structured. They should have clearer business profiles, better financial records, stronger brand positioning, and improved systems. So who is this program for? It's for a woman who is already or currently running a business. It's for an entrepreneur who is tired of running everything daily by themselves. It's a founder who wants her brand to be taken more seriously and given proper visibility. It's for the businesswoman who wants to understand numbers, who wants to enter bigger rooms, find your bigger clients, be more audacious. Applications are already open. This is day 2. So the day 1, I announced it. So applications are open, right? And this is not like a casual type application system. If our IT support can, show the application process, it's quite extensive, and we require you to take your time to really go through the process and fill it out. You barely have a week from, of course, yesterday to fill out the application. You can see here, look at all the information that will be required. So it's not casual type, because it's free, we are going to just, be very casual about it, docile about it. It is real competitive, type program. Because it's free, we want to make sure that we're getting the right people to impact. So it's an opportunity. I want women to maximize it. So you share with your friends and go to the link. Can you please kindly project the link as well so they can see the link as well, so they can go and begin to fill the application form. So we are ready for every female entrepreneur to enter a room and be prepared. Prepare your business, prepare your mind, prepare records, your brand and systems. So here, this maiden edition, we believe that through this program, Nigerian female entrepreneurs will not only be empowered, but very equipped for structured position and growth. At TGC, we're not just raising inspired women, we're raising equipped women, structured businesses, and future-ready entrepreneurs. So that's the official, again, announcement for people to go applications just take a week from now. So by next week, at least next week, Friday, applications are going to end. It's going to be highly competitive. Give your answers, fill your forms, and wait to be selected. Now, what is more important for us here is that because of our collaboration with Bank of Industry, we have a very, very important person that's representing the Bank of Industry. Her name is Fatma Imam. She's here to talk about the loans and how this can benefit women on this call now. So like we say, we are constantly looking for opportunities to make sure that we are not just inspiring you, we are also teaching you on how to build a life and also a business. So please, I would like to officially introduce Fatma Imam. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time, and the floor is open for you. So I yield the floor to you. Thank you. Fatma needs to unmute. You can help her unmute.
Fatima, you're muted. You're muted, Fatima.
But we can be unmute her.
Fatima, can you unmute your mic, please? We can't hear you.
I think you need to unmute her mic for her. Please help unmute. Yes, Fatima's mic.
Let me see. IT, can you unmute Fatima, please?
She has to do that from her end. She can unmute by herself. I don't think I can do that from her.
Fatima, can you try unmuting your mic? She might need to log out and come back in.
Yes, I had to do that. Sorry, apologies, everyone. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I had to disconnect and connect back into the meeting. Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the bit of technical issue. I'm honored to be here, and I was present yesterday and today as well. Very inspiring stories. Even I myself will benefit from the stories. It's quite amazing what women go through and what they achieve despite everything they're going through. So today I'm here to talk to you about GLOW. GLOW is short for Guaranteed Loans for Women, and it is a specifically bespoke product designed for female entrepreneurs by the Bank of Industry. So GLOW is special in the sense that it is a product. This is our first product because I'm in the gender business desk, which is relatively new. As you know, gender is part of our 6 thematic areas. So it's our first gender business product, and it is special in the sense that almost everything is different from the regular BIO loan. So I'll go through everything, and then if you have questions when I'm done, feel free to ask whatever it is. And I've shared the link in the chat, and I've also shared it with TGC so that you can have access to it. It is completely online, end-to-end. So it's quite straightforward. It also has facts in case after my presentation, you still have more information that you need. So I'll start. GLOW is targeted for all business entrepreneurs, women who own businesses and I want to expand, build on any business. And it has no restriction in the sense that whether you're in the creative industry, agro processing, fashion, creatives, that's like the movies and whatnot, music, whatever. Every sector of the economy, mining, manufacturing, it covers all businesses that are owned by women. So this is just for us. The only exceptions are trading and then primary agriculture, which is like growing, planting and growing, because already we have Bank of Agriculture, we have NADF, we have Ministry of Agriculture. So with the exceptions of that, every woman, every entrepreneur is eligible to apply for GLO. So that's good. So it is a loan anywhere from, let's say, ₦1, and the maximum is 50 million. So for micro enterprises, they're eligible to apply for a facility that is up to 10 million. And for SMEs, anywhere above 10 million to 50 million. Then what else? The best part about this loan is the return, the interest rate on the loan. It is 7%. I don't think there is anywhere you can get this kind of financing. It is literally free. And the aim of this is to allow these women, without a pressure of paying back, worrying about how to pay, like, commercial banks, is to be able to build their business and make it sustainable, expand, hire other people, hire other women, So that is the aim, and that is why the interest rate is very low. So, of course, it comes with conditions, because at the end of the day, it is still a loan, and there are conditions that have to be met. Your CAC documents, your financials, maybe for a year. And there are two types of loans. There's a working capital and there's an equipment loan. So the working capital loan is what we call a raw material loan for your raw materials for whatever business you're doing. For example, if you're in fashion, it might be your fabrics, your threads, needles, whatever. And that one is for the repayment period is 3 years, and there's a moratorium of 6 months in some cases, depending on the situation, on a case-by-case application, certain considerations, we can extend the moratorium to 1 year. And then there's also the equipment finance, and that's long-term. And that one, the repayment plan is over 5 years, including the 6-month moratorium period. So also, what do you need to secure these loans? You need, for 5 million loans and below, you need 1 guarantor. And this guarantor can be a professional, a public servant, maybe a banker, things like that. People that have maybe at least reputable people that you can check their jobs, and, and also that they don't have non-performing loans in other financial institutions. That's very important. Then for loans above 5 million, between 5 million and 10 million, you need 2 of those guarantors. And then above 10 million, between 10 million and 50 million, you need a bank guarantee. A bank guarantee is what we call a document that the bank, your bank, whichever bank you're using, is going to give us a letter at the beginning to say that, yes, this person is our customer and we are guaranteeing this loan in case of anything. So anything above 10 million to 50 million, we need a bank guarantee. And in some instances, we can use legal mortgages on property. Yes. So what else is there about GLO? Okay, there's also this, we're also working now on adding this all asset debenture on the borrowed asset, so that it can also be a security and allow other people to apply as well. And when we started GLO, there was an age limit of 55 for the application, but because there is never too late to start to do your own thing, to build businesses, we've seen so many people doing it. So the age restriction has also been removed. Once you're a woman and you own a business, you can apply for GLO, and it is straightforward. You don't need to know anybody. You just go to that portal uploaded and you apply, you submit your documents, and we process it and reach out. There will be also there's opportunities for training, capacity building, mentorships, something like TGC, for example. Once you GLO candidate and you're a customer, when this kind of opportunities, we partner a lot with a lot of organizations. We put your name down and you get this training so that you're able to build your business and do it the right way. What else? I think I've covered most of it. So that's Glow, and it's open, and we're working very hard to process as many people, as many women as possible. So after your accelerator program, please, everybody should rush and apply for Glow. And part of our commitment is to follow it through. Like, I'm here with you, TGC can reach out to me, so person has applied, has not heard from us. I will follow through and we'll make sure once the documents are right. And that's the aim of the program, to make sure your papers are right so that you get this access to finance, which is a very big problem for women in business. So I think that covers it. Of course, that's not the limit, but this is specifically targeted for small, micro, medium, small enterprises. Still, we have a gender desk for businesses that are bigger and need more financing. We are here and we provide similar services as well. And you can always reach out to us. So I think that's all, unless there are questions.
All right. Thank you so much, Fatma. This is amazing. Thank you very, 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 very much.
It's my
If there are
pleasure.
questions,
I'm honored. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Fatima.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
If there are questions in the comment section, please, we would like for you to check the comment section as well. But I have one here that says, please provide more clarity on the interest rate. Is it 7% annually for 3 years? So if you're having technical glitches with your mic, you can just send a message in the chat as well. Okay, yes, you're here with me now.
Okay,
So
yes.
is it 7% annually for 3 years?
Yes, yes, it is.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, she
Yes.
said it. Great, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. If there are no other questions, we will be in touch. Thank you very much for this opportunity. We really appreciate it. We appreciate the Bank of Industry for, partnering with TGC to provide this awesome and amazing opportunity. Now, quickly, as we bring this to a close and before I bring up the host, I would like everybody to, if you can, put on your video so we can take a picture. Everyone, let's take a picture. Let's take a picture. Picture time. Hair, makeup, glasses. I want to especially thank the gentlemen that have been with us from the very beginning, day one, who have contributed as well. Thank you. We couldn't have done this without you. We've learned to honor the men in our lives. Thank you for your support system. I see everybody looking amazing. Great job, everyone. You look so awesome. Look at how beautiful you look. Great. If everybody is here, adjust your hair, adjust your smile. Big smiles across the room. Emmanuel, take this picture. We're going to have a very happy picture right now. Emmanuel, when you're ready, please let us know so that our smile will not finish.
Okay. A lot of people still have their videos off. Can I request that more people should turn on their videos and just
Please
give your
turn on your
best
video.
pose, your best smiles, everything.
All
right, I'm
right.
taking pictures now.
Big smiles, everyone.
Yeah. There we go. We have it. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Now, to wrap this up, please make welcome no other than a big sister, mentor, and the host of the Growth Conference International 2026. Round of applause, emojis, hearts everywhere for Noella Ugo.
Oh my goodness. It's been an amazing conference. In fact, I must say that this is one conference that drew tears to my eyes. There was so much vulnerability in the room. And I want to say a big thank you to everybody who made this conference happen. With your time, with your presence, with your prayers, in every way you have contributed, to our amazing speakers. Thank you so much, Beatrice. Thank you, Kodu. Thank you, Shaun. If you're still here, I know the time difference between Nigeria and India is quite wide. Thank you so much. And we'll also want to give a shout out to Sarah, who should have been here with us, but she wasn't disposed, so she couldn't make it. Thank you so much to our amazing moderator, Ibelema. You actually kept the energy high from beginning to the end. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ogo, our global head of projects, for all the work you've been doing in the background to see that we take the Growth Conference beyond conference. Now we are making real impact with the Accelerator program. You've been the one handling this. I don't even know how you do it. All I just see is I just get reports. Thank you so much for your dependability. You're such a dependable person. Thank you so much for those who have been working behind the scenes. Emmanuel, our technical guru. Thank you so much, Sandra, our global head of programs. You've been the one designing, executing, doing everything. Everything we see here, such a meticulous person, such attention to details. I mean, it's wonderful. And to think that nobody who is involved in this conference is paid a dime. Thank you so much. I mean, the rewarder of all good things will reward all of you. Thank you. Thank you, Fatima, for being with us. And we know that together with your gender desk, I mean, and all that we are doing here, we'll be able to lift up a lot of women and get them to also become problem solvers. I mean, the more problem solvers we're able to produce, the better our world. Thank you so much to our men, our stallions. I don't know if any of the stallions showed up today, but whether they showed up or not, I mean, we're used to having them work in the background for us anyway. So thank you so much, our stallions, whether you're here or not. I know that you're going to get this this greeting one way or the other. Before I say goodnight, I'd like to announce where our ship is berthing next. So the Growth Conference International is an annual event. And after the international conference comes the regional conference. So the next place where our ship will berth would be, can anybody guess? We've had the Growth Conference Southern Africa. We've had the Growth Conference West Africa, UK, India, and East Africa. Can anybody guess where we are going next? Don't let me torture your brains. So the next Growth Conference will be the Growth Conference Middle East. That's our next destination. So what we do with our regional conferences is to deepen conversations in those regions. We know that while women have similar issues, similar needs, but there are needs that are peculiar to women in different locations. So we want to penetrate our influence in the Middle East. And so the next Growth Conference will be the Growth Conference Middle East. The details will be announced in our in the different groups that we have. So if you are not in any of our communities, please drop the links to our communities in the chat section. You need to be in at least one of our communities. We have 3 communities. You need to be in one of them. We have over 2,000 people in our communities combined. That is where information is shared. That is where updates are given, because we know that not many people read their emails. And some emails end up in spam. Plus, it is not easy to give people blow-by-blow updates via email. That's why we decided to keep everybody in a community. And trust me, it's not the kind of community that disturbs you. After our events, the doors are locked until the next event. So don't be afraid to join the community. Nobody bombards you with any information, with any activity. The only thing we do there is share information about the Growth Conference. That is it. Nothing else happens. It makes communication easy and, helps people to stay up to date with all the happenings around here. And details of the accelerator program will also be dropped there for those who want to apply and qualify. So on this note, I would like to say thank you so much, everybody. God bless you all. Please remember, you didn't just come here to listen to sentimental stories. You came here to take something away that you'll apply in your life. If you can apply just one thing you've taken away from today's session, one thing that will impact your life tremendously, I think your job here is done. I have mine. I have one thing I'm going to apply. I hope you do too. Thank you so much. God bless you. And see you at the next conference. Ibelama.
Thank you very much, Noella. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for being such an amazing international audience. Please make sure you share your stories, you share your lessons, your takeaways. Make sure you tell someone to go to our YouTube channel and watch every replay. And even if you were here for the 2 days, I will suggest that it will be part of your takeaway and take homes. Watch the replays, get the lessons back, and allow yourself marinate in the lessons. It's been an honor being your moderator for today. And with this, we say thank you, good night, and cheers to another amazing, successful Growth Conference 2026. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone. Rest easy and be the change that you desire.